Greetings, my fellow animers. It's the Animer guy Ken here. And have you ever noticed, in some scenes when characters are thinking, in especially very tense and serious scenes, the characters were shown with monochromatic colors. That means just one color. And it's probably artistic decision made by animators and the directors who made the series, since the psychological studies have proved that colors can affect how we feel. So colors are the main weapon used by artists to stimulate emotion. But I thought those color choices serve much more than that. There's something deeper than only an artistic choice. Thus, I decided to dig this a little deeper, like usual. Let's call this Death Note color theory. Now notice that I'm saying Death Note color theory. So it's not an art class where I would teach you about colors and their qualities and how to use them in paintings and stuff. It'll be about Death Note, obviously. And I'm going to explain what it is right away. I thought I was the one who first noticed this, but like all the other theories and inventions, people had already put the question. I just didn't know it. So it's basically a theory that the characters were shown with their respective colors on purpose. Not only with artistic purpose, but each of their colors symbolize from them, mainly their personality and qualities. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any interviews or claims that the creators of the Death Note themselves have made about this. Thus, it's only a theory. So now, I'll go over and analyze each character and their respective colors. And quite obviously, we'll start with the main character, Light Yagami, with the color red. I personally think that Light had the most dramatic color changes. Well, he's the main character, after all. He has to stand out. Whenever Light encounters difficult problems or intense situations, he's in the shades of red. Blood red, to be more specific. Red is primary color. Red is often associated with passion, intensity, energy, excitement, heat, power. And it's extremely distinct and intense, that your eyes immediately get attracted to it. That is why, to easily catch your attention, stop signs are in red color, and is also generally used for warning and danger signs for the same reason. Now that's a glimpse of practical use of red, but this is about Death Note we're talking about. But this also hits the mark with Light. He's very attractive and charismatic, and everywhere he goes, whatever he does, he always stands out, just like the color red. Now I'd like to talk about what this color represents more. So the positive symbolisms of red are passion, excitement, intensity, power, pretty much every quality of Light Yagami that we know. One thing that made Light's character successful was his passion and intensity. Although his ambitions were evil, he was very passionate about what he was doing. He took pride in his work. He had his reason and logic. He did what he believed he was right. Right after he found the Death Note, he was determined to dedicate the rest of his life to his goals, to get rid of evil from the world. We all know how intensely he pursued his goal. Just remember his potato chip scene. That alone would suffice. Now the negative symbolisms of red are danger, anger, warning, and evil intention. Most of the scenes where Light was shown with the red was when he was in the midst of evil thoughts. It is also common that red is associated with evils and villains. Light is evil from our perspective, and he was a danger to the society that he lived. He was filled with anger towards how rotten the world we live in. Now you see, everything fits, right? Next, L with the color blue. Blue is another primary color. We see blue when we look at the sky, ocean, mountains in the far, far away. Blue is often associated with open space, freedom, intuition, imagination, inspiration, and sensitivity, and also represent depth, trust, loyalty, sincerity, wisdom, faith, and intelligence. Now we already see L's qualities. This is one of the most apparent color in the anime, closely tied to Light's red. When L confronts Light and they exchange blows in their mind games, they would turn into their respective colors and their colors would collide intensely. This may have represented the clash of evil and justice, Light being the evil and L being the justice and the good. As both blue and red are primary colors, they make hard and sharp contrast against each other, giving us this feeling of extreme two forces are clashing with each other. That fits the picture because they are indeed extremities of the concept of justice in the world of Death Note. One would impose his own ideals against the whole world, Light, and the other one would enforce the law and order where every member of the society is agreed upon, L. L is mysterious and odd. Normal people would try to avoid him and wouldn't think of him as a suitable person to become friends. But for the people who are close as well to us audience, he gives us this feeling of security, wisdom, depth, and loyalty. As a detective, it's in his nature to not trust people easily, but he isn't that foolish that he would suspect everyone but himself. Instead, he knows that he needs his companions, and to work with them, he has to unite with them. And to unite with them, you have to trust to them. And he also knows who to trust, when to trust, and how much he should trust. L is loyal and faithful to the law and order that he stands for. Hence, his rock-solid resolve to catch any criminal, including Kira. Just like the color blue, L is calm. He has a strong control over his emotions, which gives him opportunity to face problems with unwavering rational mind. Psychologically, L is extremely complex and deep person. Despite his socially awkward behaviors and strange sense of humor, he's wise, intelligent, and calculative. Just like what we feel when we look down into a deep water. That deep, dark blue color gives us the feeling of uncertainty and depth. L sometimes gives us the same feeling. Next is Matsuda with color yellow. Matsuda is shown with this color only one time. It was pretty much an episode dedicated to him. Episode 19, Matsuda. It's the episode that his famous break-in scene appears. Yellow is secondary color. I think for that reason, it really fits Matsuda's character. Unlike L, Light, or other task members, his morality does not stretch into one extreme. Even though, since he's a policeman, he's on the side of L and thinks Light as an evil, he actually in the deep inside understands Kira's motive, hence doesn't see Kira as completely wrong and insane. Now let's see what this color represents. Energy, curiosity, creativity, intellect, happiness. Negative aspects of yellow are cowardice, unstable, irresponsible. Matsuda is in a way like a sun. He's energetic, positive, active, and innocent. Whenever the serious interaction and conversation between the task force members and L happens, Matsuda is there to brighten and cheer up the viewers, and he would make his inappropriate remarks about the situation. Sometimes he failed to read the atmosphere in a conversation. He's like the black sheep of the family. He has this tendency to take different point of view than other people. He shows us how it's like to be just normal human with flaws and weakness. Despite having all those difficulties, he never changes. Just like the sun always comes out after night and after rain. No matter how long the night feels, the sun would rise in the morning. Next, Aizawa with the color green. Every member in the task force had their roles in the story. Aizawa was like a father figure after the chief's death, Yagami Soichiro. At the end of the series, Aizawa was the one who first started to suspect Light. Green is neutral compared to other primary color, red and blue, and is often associated with calm, healing, tolerance, freshness, hope, and nature. Aizawa's green shows his faith in the law and order. He takes his job very seriously, as he gets angry whenever Matsuda and Misa do something that doesn't fit the situation. He even argued with L for his selfishness and outside the law method. Out of all the other task force members, he's the one who's more skeptical and deeper looker, that he would tell the others if there's something he wouldn't agree or something that he thinks is wrong. The scene that perfectly illustrates Aizawa's faith in doing right thing was showed when El was confining Misa and Light even after knowing that they aren't doing the killing. He demanded El to release them because they no longer had the evidence. As Green is associated with healing, he's the healer of the team. Whenever something wrong happens, he's there to say it out loud, try to put it on the right track. After closing of the Kira case and Light staff, he became the new deputy director, successor to Yagami Soichiro, becoming new hope and fresh air to the police task force. Next, Namikawa with color purple. Member of the Yotsuba Group, Vice President of Sales Department, Namikawa Reiji. Now, this is the most forgotten character, or should I say group, from the Death Note. I thought the most forgotten character was Matt, but by seeing all the articles and comments and groups, conversations, I came to the conclusion that the most forgotten characters are the Yotsuba Group members. And among them, Namikawa appeared with color purple. Now, purple is associated with royalty, nobility, luxury, and ambition. Namikawa is the one who stood out from the other members. He's a respected figure in the group, and we've seen this when Light gave Namikawa an anonymous call by saying he is L and demanded to postpone the killings. Then Namikawa easily convinced others to do so. He's rich, proud, and high class. Hence the quality of purple nobility hits the mark. One of his most notable features is his intellect. He's a quick thinker and knows what is good for him and his company. If you remember, Namikawa even tricked Light into believing that he knows Higuchi is Kira, but he was only confirming if Higuchi really is Kira. It's also safe to say that he made his contribution to capture Higuchi, as he was the one who set Higuchi in the trap first.